beautiful function, VYAPAR, the annual general meeting of Federation of Automobile Dealers Association. Well, the Federation of Automobile Dealers Associations is an apex national body representing automobile dealers of India. It was founded in 1964 by 4 regional auto trade associations to protect and promote the Indian retail automobile market. It is now a registered body under the Companies Act of 1956. It is so nice to have all you beautiful people here, and I, Rishita Bhatt, your host for this beautiful evening, will take you through this journey, where this evening will show that being an entrepreneur is not just one role played as chief of an organization or a function. It is rather a combination of roles that an individual plays at work, home, society, and as a citizen. Entrepreneurship is not just financial management. It is rather the sum of values, experiences, learnings from failures, and that not just for one's own life, but that too of another person. To take you through this journey, I'd like to have an AV so that we can begin this evening. Well, keeping the true spirit of entrepreneurship at our hearts, I'd like to call Mr. John Paul. Mr. Paul is Managing Director of Popular Vehicles and Services Private Limited and has been actively associated with FADA for the last 7 years and was Honorary Secretary 2012-13 to 2013-14 and Vice President 2014-15. Please welcome Mr. John Paul.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow dealers, friends from the sector organizations, SIAM and ACMA, and our partners from across the automotive industry, members of the media, a very warm welcome to the 53rd annual session of the Federation of Automobile Dealers Associations. On behalf of FADA, the council members, the secretariat, and the dealer fraternity, it gives me immense pleasure to invite you today to this milestone evening themed VYAPAR. Today, for the first time, FADA is making an ardent effort to look beyond automotive and onto different industries and sectors to draw inspiration from men and women who have been long held the flag of entrepreneurship to this nation. Venturing beyond what we know and let the discovery be the knowing. Today, the automotive dealer fraternity joins hands and comes together to explore and expand new horizons, as always the case during transitions. For almost a year now, the economic turbulence has rocked the Indian business fraternity, more so for automotive retail, where demonetization, pollution norms, and the GST have just some of the reasons for us to revisit our strategies and some cases to rehaul. It's going backwards. Okay. Today evening, we discuss just that. Whether Indian businesses are ready for the changing times, and if not, how can we prepare better as we look ahead? We realize that the Indian entrepreneurship will be even more difficult in the next few years to come. Laws, taxes, technologies, consumers, and the entire ecosystem is changing rapidly, leaving the Indian entrepreneur like you and me at FADA with many questions. What is the quantum of change expected? What do we need to keep pace with the capital and capitalize on the evolution instead of just survival? To perish is not an option, and thriving will need new learning. Here, I'm prompted to talk about these two photographs I had come across a while ago. Both of them are of Fifth Avenue, New York City, one of the busiest streets at that time. One was taken in 1900 and the other in 1913. Well, the 1900 one shows the street crowded with horse carriages and just one automobile, while the other shows just the opposite. Would anybody have predicted that in 1900? Most likely not. Ford's assembly line affected the gigantic disruption. Today, we can predict far more precisely. That's why we need to do what we are doing today, looking beyond what's in front of us. While a conventional car has 1,800 to 2,000 moving parts, an electric car has 18, just 1%. Will we get a cushioning of 13 years for the next revolution? Perhaps not. This is the first time that we witness this expanse of established businessmen and women representing over 1,000 cities come together under one roof. The evening has brought together entrepreneurs from all over India who own and operate the automotive retail business for passenger and commercial vehicles as well as two-wheeler manufacturers. It's also the first time that this conference is being held at such a large scale, and at this precarious juncture in the Indian economic landscape, your presence and insights will open the doors to a new zeal. Growth and productivity, which will benefit over 2.5 million employees in our dealerships. Your presence, ladies and gentlemen, is the guiding light for the exceptionally enterprising group, which will further strengthen the entrepreneurial might of our nation. Beyond grooming our succeeding generations to just manage auto dealerships efficiently, it will be much more worthwhile to train them to take on entrepreneurial challenges if they want to face the future. Creative thinking inspires ideas, and ideas change the world. May I also take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. Without their support, this milestone would not have been possible. Thank you for trusting us and standing by FADA as it steadily moves forward towards greater successes. This is just the beginning. I would like to thank our presenting sponsor, Yes Bank, the gold sponsor, Cholamandalam Investment and Finance Company Limited, special sponsors, Kia Motors, AkzoNobel, with all other supporting partners. I especially thank our dealer friends who have come forward to support their fraternity. This is a symbol of the growing strength of FADA as a unified body. At this annual session, you will find amongst yourself several dignitaries who will help us look above and beyond. I'm sure you will hear and see very thought-provoking ideas and conversations which will propel you forward as a business person, as an individual and as a social being. I welcome all our esteemed speakers, where Major General G.D. Bakshi, Mr. Gaur Gopal Das, Dr. A. Velumani will be our guides in personal excellence. Mr. Sanjeev Bikhchandani and Dr. Mahesh Gupta will share their experiences on what it has been to be a businessman. Towards outstanding the overall landscape, I especially welcome esteemed Dr. Ashwini Mahajan, National Convener, Swadeshi Jagran Manch. To help us get a well-rounded perspective, we welcome thought leaders like our own ad guru, Dr. Prahalad Kakkar, a renowned author, Mr. Tamil Bandapadhyaya, a revered journalist, Mr. Bhupendra Chaubey, President, Retail Asset Management, Yes Bank, Mr. Rajan Paintal, and a leading public expert, Mr. Arun Anand, who have taken time to join us today in the critical juncture. Prepare yourself to be challenged, excited and inspired. Will it be easy? No. Will it be worth it? Absolutely. Grow through what you go through. And before I hand over the mic to Ms. Bhatt, who will outline the evening's events, I want to extend once more, on behalf of the Federation of Automobile Dealers Associations, a warm welcome to all of you. Your presence has called upon the entire automotive dealer fraternity in India, an embodiment of entrepreneurship, to come together for this landmark event. Let this be a celebration of the spirit of Indian entrepreneurship. A fraternity is like a seat belt. I believe that every time you wear it, you don't have an accident. But if you ever did, you'd swear by it. If coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. So let's buckle up and brace ourselves for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paul.